This is Ty Slatter. Welcome to GTA Heat Check. Make sure you follow GTA Heat Check, GTA Sports Network, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Subscribe to YouTube channel, GTA Sports. Don't forget GTASportsNet.com for all things in the world of sports. And I have a very, very special guest with me today. For those of y'all that don't know all the facts when it comes to the Ball family, Mr. Ball Facts.
What's the deal? What's going on? Good to be here, bro.
Man, it's an honor. I've watched you grow on your channel from the talking head to coming out, doing your thing, going public with the visuals and everything. I watched. Yeah. I've seen you from the start. That's why I was like, this is an honor.
That's dope.
I watched your journey, and I know this most of the story, but I want my GTA Sports crew to know who is Ball Facts.
Man, Ball Facts is just any regular guy, that is going through life, you know what I mean? No matter what you're doing, not known, not trying to be that known, just a dude. Right. And then, I believe everybody's born with gifts and talents just from the creator. And when you take a leap of faith and just put it out there, it was just, I'm just a guy. People said, hey, we like what you're saying and we like how you saying it. And then I said, you know what? I could do this full time. If I'm doing it part time and they love it, what would happen if I poured everything into it? You know what I'm saying? So
living in your purpose.
I prayed about it and I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and try. I'm gonna just let go. And that's another thing. A lot of people, it's hard to do. And I don't expect everybody to do when they want some advice from me. I say, I let go of that and dived 100% into what I'm doing. And you know what I mean? It wasn't easy right away. It was, a bumpy road, but I'm just a guy who God's grace allowed me to use my gifts to share it with the world and people caught on. I talk about family ownership. And I do that through the segue of the Ball family. At the time, I thought they were somebody who was getting picked on in the media, somebody who people weren't really looking at the things that should be looked at with this family. So right. I used the Ball family to talk about points of interest that were on my heart.
And and I will say you said it with conviction too, because in the first reviews I saw, you kept going in about how the media was eating up on Lavar Ball and really shining a dark light on him and not really understanding what the impact of a Black father has on his sons. And the fact that he was able to speak a lot of that into existence and coach and guide them through. That's why I became a fan of him. Because I have 3 kids. I have 3 boys of my own. Right. So when I saw, in 2020, but I think I got on the wave about 2015, 2016. Chino Hills, right at the end of the Chino Hills, when Zoe was going to UCLA. And I just seen these three boys, man. And I'm like, I'm watching the dad be boisterous, but it was showing results. It wasn't just talking, just out of thin air.
Right.
And that I was like hooked on from there, and Ball in the Family, on Facebook and everything. Like I followed the whole series all through and through.
Yeah, I got this little animation coming because a lot of people want to know my story, and I tell it from time to time. But I got like a 2.5 animation thing I'm a show that just shows my story, and I'll drop it in the video from here to there, kind of showing my transition into some regular random guy becoming Ball Facts. You know what I mean? And at the end of Ball Facts is be kind of like this. When he pops up at the end, he's like this superhero dude, like, damn, when you went from this to this, you know what I mean? But it really, it's just, I didn't like the way the media turned so quick. And it shows like, first Lavar is beloved. Every show, they want him, they want this, they want that. And overnight, it was like, now he was public enemy number 1. And this is what I seen. It's not so much about Lavar or the boys. It's so much about what they stand for. So if we as a people allow the media to take somebody that our culture, our people just our population that we hold up here and say, we might be able to do what he did. We might be able to have a family and do what he did. If the media can take that ideal and that dream and overnight slam it, then where does that leave us? So I decided, I looked on the internet and I could find no good content that was rivaling the mainstream media and how hard they were going against the Ball family. I didn't find any as good content, just as good, but saying the opposite. And I said, let me make a video.
Man, I guess that really leads into my next question. So when exactly did you become a fan of the Ball family? Like when was like that first clip you may have saw? May have been Melo Ball's 92-point high school game, or the 3 boys chemistry. When did it start for you?
Definitely Chino Hills. Definitely, the ball is life overtime videos. You know what I mean? I had no thoughts of being on YouTube. None of that. I just seen these kids playing. I said, "Oh, they brothers? That's dope. Oh, they daddy, that's dope." So I was like a casual fan of like, okay, I'm gonna click on another video. And then every game they kept winning. I was like, all right, now I like these dudes. I like their family. And, I'm rooting for them. You know what I mean? And I kind of went on with life as usual, watch different videos and stuff like that. But the better they did, the more the undefeated record went, they kind of won me over more. And then when you just added on the family unit to it, it just sold me on the whole dream, because I was never just like, they're great basketball players. I'm like, what went into them becoming great basketball players? How did this happen? And see, it came from one person, which was their father. That motivated me to be like, wow, this is what I need to see more in this country. Somebody who actually sacrificed their time and what only they could be, because anybody, we could just go get a job and do things for us, right? But this man set aside so many things. Like, he potty trained them, not Tina. He did. You know what I mean? He literally raised these boys up in a manner. Him and his wife did equal, right? But he did. Respect. He did it in a manner that was like, I don't see a lot of dudes do. And I'm like, we got to take our hat off to that. That's something that we could see and everybody can glean from, because a lot of people come from the mud, right? And they say, you don't have this, you don't have assets. Your children, you pour into your children and your children pour into you. That's how it's supposed to be.
In the words of the great Master P, you are the CEO of your child's life. And you see what he's doing with Hersey and Mercy Miller.
Yeah.
So Romeo too. No shorts on him either. Just seeing how his kids came up for the most part.
Yeah, and I'll always say, somebody's going to be your kid's boss. Somebody's going to make money off them, whether it's professional sports or it's at Mickey D's. Somebody is going to be in a place of making some money as they make money. Now, if I have to work, I would rather somebody make money that I love, that I know we can make money together, and I don't have to worry about their motives. So I don't like the whole stigma of they've told us that don't ever work with family. That's what's in our culture. You don't ever work with family, don't mix family and business. And we grow up believing that. Lo and behold, so many other families we see, that's all they do. Mix family and business and grow and grow and grow. But why did they tell us don't mix family and business? It's a character flaw. They're like, well, your family is too shiesty. Not if you raise them right.
Right. Well, of course, as you know, they don't want to see us come together. We powerful. So if we come together and start doing what the Asians, and the Middle Easterns, and even the Caucasian hierarchies have done for generations, we turn those generational curses into generational wealth. You know the deal. They don't want to see that happen. They want to stay broken, stay separated, stay individual, stay selfish. They laugh. I'm gonna get mine, forget everybody else.
They laugh at us when we say don't mix family and business. They like, let's let them keep believing that.
Let them keep thinking that.
Yeah. So every generation got to start over.
Literally. Yeah. No. Got it. That's a valid point. Man. So I guess one of the questions I think any content creator would have for you. Every content creator has a niche, core audience, target audience, all that good stuff when you're doing your marketing and everything. You made a channel called Ball Facts, and you've been able to generate, viewership, subscribers, a following, talking about three brothers. And you're not the only channel that does it. There's other channels I follow that also cover them very well. I'm sure you're familiar with them as well. DKM, for instance. There's a couple others out there, but those, you two guys were the main ones that when I was getting really wanting to soak in all the information I wanted, as soon as it happened, you guys were uploading like boom, y'all was just coming with a wave, right? So how do you generate a niche audience talking about three brothers from where you started into now? How are you able to stay that consistent for that long with that particular subject matter and able to stretch it out like that?
I can't speak to other people because I know other people.
Just for you.
Yeah. But as far as me, I didn't come in on it just talking about three brothers. Right. My niche was I talked about in a time of drought as far as people celebrating Lavar.
You're right.
Lavar, my first video was something like why Lavar did not ruin LaMelo's career. And this is when
I remember that.
When he's leaving Lithuania and everybody's telling me he ruined him. I said, let me give you the reasons that he did not.
Mainstream blew that one out the water.
Yeah. So it was like in a time where it was popular to not talk about the Ball brothers family. At a time, it was not popular to talk about the Big Baller brand. There was a lot of core fans that watched Ball and the Family that actually fell in love with the family. It wasn't just all about what the boys did on the court. You know what I mean? So I came in and spoke to the family. So I got a lot of people that said, dang, I'd like to hear from him. You know, anybody can talk about basketball, but we want to hear without the agenda of basically downplaying their dad, downplaying. You know how you watch a movie and like, oh, this movie was good, so they had to throw this in it, or so they had to do this, do that. Right. People watching mine, they were like, oh, we like it that way. So when I seen that they liked the way that I talked about the family, I said, now I got avenues to talk about anything with the family. I mean, no matter what sports they go to, no matter what shoe brand they go to, you know, it's about finding now, instead of just talking about the family. Now what can I go into? He joined the Hornets. Now it's if they see a thumbnail with LaMelo Ball on it and I'm talking about basketball, it makes sense to them. You see what I'm saying?